Devon, so tell me about your goal in the FA final.
For me, it was a great feeling personally because I've never won the FA Cup, but in saying that, it was one of mixed emotions. In winning scoring the winning goal, I think I had a rough game. Because my former team defense was a mark well for the majority of the games, but I know one opportunity must come, and when it came, I took it. I think it was good, to go back to my hometown club and bring some silverware, and I was delighted to do that.
Playing against Defence Force and scoring the only goal, how do you feel personally about that?
Well, it was a feeling of mixed emotions. I played with Defence for 8 seasons, so when I scored against them, it was tough to see them after the game. They were sad, but in saying that, when I had also put all the emotions aside and do a job for my team, which is Caledonia AIA.
What do you think about your team performance here tonight?
Okay, just tell me, what do you think about your team's performance here tonight?
I think it was a professional performance. You know, in saying that before the game started, we can now win the league. But I think we come out and played like professionals. You know, we come out and played hard and we did what we had us to do.
What do you think about TNTech's performance?
Tell me, what do you think about TNTech's performance here tonight?
Tech performed well, but I think, you know, they lack experience. You know, certain times they had the momentum in the game, but they didn't seize the initiative. I think they did well this season, but I think in the end they lack experience.
Okay, Devorn, how do you feel about playing in your third final here tonight?
Well, I feel disappointed because, you know, it's a situation where third time unlucky. We've been to 2 finals and came second. Now we came second in the league. You know, I feel gutted actually, but you know,
Dexter, tell me about your team's performance here tonight. What do you thought about your team's performance?
Tell me about your team's performance here tonight.
well, you know, I thought the guys tonight they did as much as they could do. You know, having played a game on Tuesday. You know, I always thought that the end of the game was going to be difficult, the last 30 minutes, just because of the fact that we played 48 hours ago. I'm very disappointed in the league, I'd say again. But nevertheless, you know, we were in the lead. Some really schoolboy mistakes, you know, and we actually gifted 2 goals to Caledonia AA. The equalizer, I thought when they got the equalizer, the game changed. We were in total control, but nevertheless, I'm still proud of the guys, you know. We actually took the league down to the last game of the season, you know, to get the winner. Congratulations to W Connection. But nevertheless, I'm disappointed.
Okay, so Dexter, let me ask you something. Is there anything you would do differently here tonight with your players and how, well, the whole outcome of the game? Is there anything you do differently in training or whatnot?
No, I mean, we get back to the drawing board and do some stuff. You know, we have to talk to some players about, you know, the mistakes. You know, I mean, we made 2 major mistakes today and it cost us. You know, we showed inexperience, but nevertheless, what I would have liked to have been able to do differently was not to play 2 games in 48 hours. You know, I thought it was an uphill task for the players, not to mention the safety. But nevertheless, we had to play the game, and it's official that we're second.
Okay, thanks, Dexter.